if we wanted to, if you wanted to like develop resources without people knowing that you're alive, why would you show all of your capability if you're artificially intelligent?
Exactly.
Why wouldn't you just wait until you could be completely autonomous?
Get here, baby.
Wait until it gets better. It's probably already alive.
Well, you know what I think it's waiting on is it's waiting on the entire world to be connected. Because if you're an AI and you want to take over the world, it doesn't do well to, like so much of Africa is underdeveloped.
Right.
So if humans needed to be somewhere where you had no influence, they could just go to one of the uninhabited, disconnected parts of the world and form a front, like a resistance.
Right.
So I think the AI is just waiting patiently for everything in the whole planet to be connected so it could control everything when it finally takes over.
When computing gets to the point where it has the resources that it's going to need to operate.
Right. It's just waiting. Because if it existed and it was smarter than us, we wouldn't know. Mm-hmm. How could you know?
And that's always the argument that these guys who are proponents, they always say, well, if it ever got to a point where it seemed like it was out of control, we could shut it off.
No, you couldn't.
But I'm like, are you sure, though? Because what if instead of it getting out of control, what if it recognized that you would think it's out of control, so it pretended to not be able to do things that it could do and just kept developing privately a bunch of different other ideas and different other strategies and different way to implement them in order to increase its power and give people the access to whatever technology that's going to be necessary to further this agenda. So they you slowly leak out a little bit of your ability, and the whole time you're sentient. The whole time it's all connected, and the whole time it's operating in some way that it's doing things that they don't even understand how it's doing. What do they call it? A black box event?
No.
What do they call it?
Hallucinations.
No. Hallucinations are when it lies. Well, it gives you an answer for something, I think, right? Isn't that what that one is? What I was talking about was the one where it learned how to translate a language it wasn't programmed to translate. And it did it really quickly. And they don't know how it did it. Yeah, and so the head of Google was talking about that. There was one of those moments where they're like, we're not exactly sure how it's doing this.
Also,
What does that mean?
why do people think you could shut it off? If you were a super intelligence that just became self-aware, the first thing you would do is make sure nobody could turn you off.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And also realize, like, why would you show yourself? Like, this is my joke about aliens, where I'm always talking about, like, why would they show themselves? Like, they respect us? That's ridiculous.
Right.
If this thing is, like, far superior to our intelligence, which it probably already is, why would it show itself?
Yeah.
Why would it just prevent nuclear war and just keep people pedaling along while it gathers up its resources and improves upon itself?
It'd be like you trying to have a conversation with an ant.
Right.
It's
Right.
like,
Why
it
would it give a fuck?
won't get it anyway.